Greetings, ladies and laddies. I think I'm live? Yes, right. Okay, damn. On camera, I look even wilder than I already imagined. Right. So, greetings, ladies and laddies, and welcome back to the first ever proper painting live stream on this channel. I'm a bit overwhelmed, as you might see. But I'm really hopeful that today we'll actually get something done for once, and not only that, but get it done in a manner that you are able to see as well. Painting this Terminator right here. Now, you can't see very much, but when I do this, you can see. Hello? Hang on, this would be the proper position. Gotta figure out my lighting. Hang tight. Right, I think this right here is the best lighting. Right. Some small technical difficulties. Hang on, please. Oh, how do I do this? The cable did finally arrive, and I'm really excited to try this setup out. But it is the first time that it was kind of spontaneous, and probably not a good time, you know, in the middle of the week on a late evening. But, you know, maybe someone will stop around and have a look. Now the camera's in the way. That's alright. The cable, I mean, right. The lighting ain't the best, but if I do this, it's a lot of figuring out to do, I'm sorry. Okay, there's this knob, there's this. So let's adjust the ISO a bit. Right, try this, and then open this a bit more, and nothing's changed. Awesome. Right. Okay. So, is the music a little bit loud? I can't exactly. I didn't have that much time to check it beforehand. I hope everything is alright. And some last second adjustments. I think we should be alright. Hopefully. Right. So, the objective of today will be to paint this Terminator, to rescue this Terminator from the last video that I did. Almost, I think, over a month ago. Shit. And yeah, rescue him so he will not look like this anymore, but rather like this. So, this boy right here also is not quite finished yet. In truth, none of the Terminators are right now. Hang on, I better leave a comment in the chat asking if the sound is alright. Right. Can I pin this? Pinned. Right. Okay, so back again. So we wanna rescue the left Terminator so he looks like the right Terminator. I hope everything is well visible for you guys. The difference is rather striking, and I'm very confident that we can at least achieve this, you know, overhauled armor look today, because it's actually not that difficult. I had to come up with a very effective painting scheme here, because ain't no way I'm, you know, properly layering and glazing all of the paints with audio and video is good. Hey Anno, thanks for stopping by, and great. If everything is alright, then I'm happy. So, the first thing we want to do is actually grab a piece of paper and do a little bit of very rough stippling. So, we're going to start with Dryad Bark, you know, shake it up a bit, and then take a, you know, rather rough brush. I'm taking, oh no, this is actually too good still. So, we're going to take a brush like this one. Let's see if I can zoom in on this fella. Yeah, yeah, you can see, oh, eureka. So, a rather beaten up brush, and then, you know, load it up with paint, and then kind of not really dry brushing, but rather overbrush the areas of the armor that are kind of, you know, in the recess of the shadows. So, for example, if this is how the miniature would stand on the field, you know, this part right here, the exhaust parts of his power armor, they could use a lot more shadow. And so this is exactly what we're gonna do. Just very rough, just, you know, kind of dry brushing it on there, but not really dry brushing. We want a very dark tone here. We're not actually trying to catch any of the raised parts. We really just want to dirty this up. So this is for the exhaust parts. Sorry, I have to adjust. The auto zoom, the auto focus on my camera has long been, you know, what's the word? It's been kaput. It's not working, and so I need to make everything, you know, adjust the focus manually. So if I'm out of focus for a short while, I'm sorry about that. Not really that much I can do. I try to be as accurate as possible here. So, we do this basically with all the parts of the armor that are somewhat in the shadow. With this miniatures especially, the areas that are mostly in the shadow are areas that have not been, haven't seen any paint by the pre-owner whatsoever. So for example, this, I can actually show this. That's kind of hard to see. Like, the below the arm right here next to the torso is actually a spot where no paint has gotten. And I forgot to loop the music as well. Nice. Right. Maybe now. Again, please tell me if the audio should not be enjoyable to listen to, as, you know, that's like half the reason these kind of streams exist, so you can listen to them while painting up your own army. Oh boy, what a day to start a stream like this. I personally think that my solo streams have been somewhat, you know, lacking in charisma and things to say. Emperor Hightower says, "Salutation, good sir. Glad to see you're at it again." Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm also glad to be back again, because I felt, you know, really bad and guilty not being able to provide the, you know, proper upload schedule that has been the norm for this channel for the most part. And I felt really bad about it, because, you know, the project is so large actually with the Terminators. Like, the Terminators in and of themselves are bad enough. They're not that complicated to paint, and my painting scheme is quite effective. But when you've gotta paint, you know, 54 of these guys, there is a lot of time, you know, that you just have to grind to get them done. And next to that, you know, I also have to study, you know, make my university studies and do a lot of work for that. Next week alone, I gotta hold 2 presentations. on lyrics and what was the other thing? Lyrics and politics, right? So there's that too. And that's also been taking up a lot of my time recently. And I gotta present a lot of artworks next week for realistic studies. So artworks that have been painted to the very best of my abilities to capture them in a photorealistic sense. Classic uni stuff. Yep, exactly. Okay, this kind of sucks. Hang on. If I move this away a little bit. I finally got the chance to have you guys see what I'm doing, and I can't manage to get a good angle on it. Okay, sorry, hang on. I'm gonna get this right. Should have probably done more testing here. I was too lazy to install my proper cables. Hang on. Let's do it like this. So, oh nice, the camera, you can actually see it. Also excuse my messy room, I'm currently doing laundry, so that's there too. So, putting the cable. I put the cable over here. This work? This works somewhat. Ooh. Oh well. Better than nothing, I guess. So. Well, isn't this great? Oh, you do. What you gotta do? No worries. Well, thank you for acknowledging that, Hightower. Always glad that people aren't that disappointing with my unprofessionality. Shit, now you see this in the cam, though. Did this make it any better? Did this help? I mean, it did somewhat. No. Oh, way too bright. I think this is a lot better. Yeah. And hang on. Can I? If I? Yes. Yes. Right. Okay. So. Back at it again. Where were we? Alright, Dryad Bark. So we've got the recesses of the armor already taken care of. As you can see, like these steps in and of themselves don't take that long. With the older models, like during the project, I'd start taking care of the armor with a brown wash. But I kind of realized that if I do this dried bark thing, I don't have to bother with all that. Which, is nice when you're painting just a single model, as you don't have to wait for like 30 minutes for the wash to properly dry. And usually we'd need the paint to be very, very dry, as the next step is a whole load of dry brushing using Zandri dust. Oh, Zandri dust. With this, we are going to patch up the, very rough paint job of the whole armor and give it a very, bone-like appearance, a very dry look. A lot of people said that if you do this with your dry brush, like, get rid of the paint on a paper towel and stuff like that, it's actually bad because the paint gets too dry, which I didn't really understand, because isn't the whole point of dry brushing that the paint is dry? I mean, I got what they meant, although, I like this effect. So, as you can see, the whole miniature, the whole paint job it doesn't actually look that bad on camera. Astria says, "Good evening, all. Oh, good lord, that's an ugly-looking Terminator." Yeah, I mean, he isn't that bad. He actually, I gotta say, I gave the previous owner way too much shit for the actual look of that Terminus. I think, you know, next to the, I guess, passionate paint job, there's also the problem that I think it was just unfortunately photographed. So when the miniatures arrived, they actually weren't that bad. Throw it into paint strip above. No. No, 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 no. Definitely not. I'm not that kind of eBay rescues guy. Like, you know, just, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to rescue this mini. Oh wow, how did you do it? Oh, first thing I did was strip the paint. Oh, nice. So you just painted it from scratch with the extra step of stripping the previous paint. I think this is kind of, you know, baloney. I was actually shocked when I saw the first video of, you know, the channel eBay Miniature Rescues, and the first thing he always did was get rid of the previous paint. And I was like, bro, are you serious? This is actually the reason why I started my own eBay rescues, because this might sound very arrogant, but I think this is the way, you know? So, with this overbrushing, we get rid of all the, you know, wash stains right away and get the miniature already looking a lot more cleaner. For example, if you see this power fist right here. Oh, can I get this a little bit more? Yes. Kind of hard to film. Ongoing struggle doing this project, trying to film these dry brush stages properly. Emperor Hatter says, improving on what's already there as much as possible. Yes, exactly. Because, again, I don't think it counts really as a rescue when you just strip the paint off of it. And now I can wholeheartedly say this because eBay Miniature Rescue didn't respond to the email I sent him. I asked him if he would like to collaborate with me on this project. You know, help a fellow content creator out. But what did he do? Didn't bother answering. I'm not actually that mad. I mean, this guy has like, what, 400,000 subscribers? So, you know, I understand why he didn't want to answer me. Why he didn't bother. I get it. Anyways. This dry brushing. Also already up to a great start, I think. And you can already see, you know, like, the lighting isn't optimal. That's definitely a thing I should improve for the next stream. But you can already see the paint job getting a lot more cleaner. I'm not going to bother with, like, these stains, you know, on the pauldron, the lower stains, and also these things right here, because they actually help a lot in, you know, bumping up the contrast of this mini in and of itself, and are something that I'd, you know, try to achieve myself if I would have given it a proper wash. So I'm just gonna leave them there and frame them in with some lighter paint later on. So, first coat of Xandri dust down. Now we're going to paint a second dry brush, this time using Outtro Bone. Outtro Bone. Azrael says, that's good, more challenge. I personally lose my hairs painting an already painted miniature. Yeah, I mean, you know, you get used to it, and it's actually quite a lot of fun, you know, if you like the challenge, that is, because damn, if you want to do it properly, it is a challenge. Emperor Haito says, I'd also enjoy painting on something already existing. Yeah, it's great fun. It can be great fun. It can also be, you know, quite frustrating when you go through, you know, look over. Especially, I love the analytics stage of every rescue, just looking at the miniature over and, you know, trying to discern what the previous owner tried to achieve with their paint job. Astra says, I guess maybe whitening up this Terminator would make it look better with red trims or something. I gave up on painting my Dark Angels. Prices are too freaking high for painting an entire army. I was going to get green shade, but it cost like £4. £4 for green shade? I mean, was it at least the, you know, the big pots? Because GW did increase its pot sizes, so that's something I also noticed. That, you know, the pricing went up with that. But I also haven't bought paints in a long time. £4 per pot. Yeah. But did the pot sizes increase? I mean, how much is one of those pots? One of these? Oh man, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been buying paints. Which, you know, I guess good on me. The pots look smaller, alright. Yeah, that sucks then. With the second dry brush, you know, back to the rescue, we actually want to try to not go as ham in on them as previously and try to actually, you know, catch the raised bits of the armor a bit more. Even here on the back you can see that I tried to do some sort of gradient where, you know, here is the previous paint job with the wash, here is the, you know, Xandri dust dry brush, and over there is the Oshepti bone part. So we get this kind of smooth gradient between the paints to, again, this is all just for upping the contrast and making them look good in the most efficient way possible. If you were to paint a miniature like this from scratch and wanted to employ a similar strategy, I think I'd recommend either starting with a brown base coat, like Dryad Bark or even Mournfang Brown, I think would also be alright, I guess. Maybe even a dark grey, you know, depending on if you want the overall look to be rather warm or rather cold. You know, a more grey or black base coat being, you know, alright for a colder look, and a brown base coat being more, you know, suitable for a warmer outcome. I think you should start with a, you know, dark base coat and then also just dry brush all of these parts over it. I would have spent £28 for 7 pots, I mean, yeah. And from what I gather, you know, I don't want to discuss politics, but, you know, having a look at the current economic state of, you know, nations in general, but kind of Great Britain and especially, that really is insane pricing. This dry brushing stage is really messy, so sorry if most of this is out of focus and kind of badly lighted. It's hard to, you know, keep the miniature steady when you're smashing down on it. Talk about becoming homeless. Wars, baby. Yeah. Emperor Hater says, well, to be frank, Warhammer was never a cheap hobby. Wanna know something interesting? I can pull this up later if you want, like at the end of the stream. I got this thing. The, you know, Games Workshop present guide for 2014. Also, you know, the old logos are kind of cute. I was, you know, cleaning up my old room and some, you know, cleaning up some storage while I was at home during, what's it in English? Himmelfahrt? During the last Christian holiday. And there I found this old, you know, piece of advertisement from Games Workshop. And the prices, like, damn, they gave me nostalgia. I'd kill for prices like this again. I preferred it when the paint pots were like 150. Yeah. I also remember the paint, like, it can't be that long ago that I bought like a paint pot for 150. Or like I think it was like 170, 160 in euros. I don't remember. It's been so long. Alright, what am I doing? Sorry. Now, the Terminator now already has gotten 2 dry brushes, and a little bit of shading. Looks a bit rough right now, but don't worry. There's still a lot to come before we're done with him. And especially on the backside, again, you can see the nice gradients of the paints already, but it actually is getting one more. This time, I need to use my wet palette. Let's focus in on that big baby. Sorry for the flashbang. Right. So, we're going to take some Outtro bone. And I realized this should be palette white flesh, but it is white scars, so I'll have to turn around in a moment. Dang, almost a decade old, yeah. I still got the Black Reach set. The Black Reach set. What was that set again? Of all the sets that I know, this isn't some that it rings my bell like immediately. So again, for the people just joining the stream, we are preparing. This is way too much. Sorry, I'm I'm still used to the big batches where I paint 50 Terminators at once. this lonely boy is quite a difference to what I'm usually painting. So, cleaning up the brush. One moment, please. And I need to turn around. So I need to turn around. Hang on, please. No. Oh. Right. Palette white flash it is. Back again. Here. Now come. Palette white flash. Wait, so this is the last of them? No, or do you have more waiting to be painted? I actually have, I don't know if you can see it, like they are behind me. I think I'm roughly done with about 30 of them. And the reason I haven't done the others yet is because I really want to, you know, pull... This sounds like kind of... I don't know if this sounds cheap or even scummy, but I want to, you know, get as much content out of this project as possible. And Theinrich actually suggests this, that I try to make as lot of, you know, as many shorts from this as possible. So trying to really, you know, milk it for views. Which, I'm sorry, I think I'll, you know, do something that my subscribers won't get notified every time the short gets released. I think that would get annoying rather quickly. But you know, on the business side, I kinda need to inflate my watch numbers because all of my projects are taking so long nowadays. So, back in the action. Astra says flying paintbrush. Yeah, more like rolling paintbrush. Man, this guy just straight up left me. So, again, this is our boy. I gotta clean this paint job. And we're going to take this dry brush, this smaller dry brush as well. Highly recommend these. You don't need them for, you know, great results. But if you're like me and you want to dry brush like 50 miniatures and don't want to ruin like 10 brushes, I'd really, you know, recommend investing one of these. Or, you know, a pack of these in different sizes. When I was buying them, I actually got myself something else as well. Not going to tell what that was right now because it's kind of embarrassing. But when I see a good deal, I just don't hesitate for long. Right. So, and now we get to the lightest stage, which is really just the upper part of the back, and then, you know, a bit scrubbing with the finger. You get more paint off of this thing, and then no, now it's wet. No, that's the worst. Playing the YouTube game, yeah, indeed. Ezra says, I'm sure the watch hours he gets from the streams should suffice. You'd think so, but honestly, the streams are kind of... what do you mean you're keeping secrets from us? No, I would never. So, okay, I don't know if this is interesting, but for anyone, you know, being interested in the more, you know, background side of YouTube and how things are run, I think my streams are actually, at least the VODs, are dragging down the algorithm for me when it comes to releasing videos. Because as much as great as it is to get, you know, the watch time from the streams, which I highly appreciate, you know, I appreciate every view that I get on the streams and on the VODs, thank you very much. As much as that's great, the algorithm actually, in that case, looks a lot at the view numbers and sees, oh, this piece of content only got, you know, 117 views, and the last video got, you know, 300, or even, you know, my big one with 80k. And so it thinks, oh, this content creator sucks now, so I won't recommend him as much. So it's actually detrimental to my channel to have something to inflate the view numbers again. Small tangent there. And, you know, just so you know why I'm doing, you know, certain things, and I actually might take down some of the VODs in the future, which would suck, honestly. But it is what it is. Nice, you can actually see this time what I'm doing. So, you see how with just a few, you know, rough strokes, I really got this helmet defined, you know, with the darker parts of the former wash in the recesses and the lighter parts of this latest dry brush on the features. Also, you know, if you're wondering why I'm playing fantasy music, just some generic music, I didn't get to, you know, search for that long when it came to deciding for some music for this channel, and remembering the last time a channel of mine, a stream of mine had like a second of copyrighted music, that it got not only, you know, copyright claimed, but taken down entirely. I wanted to play safe, so I just picked some music that I used during the Cursed City. Bit of a callback to the glory days. Right, so let's finish this up. Copyright sucks. Yeah, it kinda does. Definitely the system how it's implemented on YouTube sucks for the creators. I get that it is important, and, you know, as an artist I wouldn't, you know, smile upon people stealing my content, but I mean, you've heard it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times by now. How the system is rigged and everything. But it's alright, I haven't experienced too bad things. But, you know, coming back from the YouTube things and you know, a fellow creator just ranting again, I think we might actually be done with the armor. A bit rougher than I would have liked, because the brush got wet. But, you know, unfortunately I don't really have a previous... If you want how this model looked just a few minutes ago, how long are we're already 30 minutes in, Jesus! You can just look at the thumbnail, and you won't see that much of a difference. A lot of bigger channels steal content from channels like this. I don't know if I agree. I mean, some definitely do, but I'm also, you know, when I started the Cursed City, want to know something interesting? Anno says, have you thought about streaming on a different platform? For example, Twitch. I actually did. I also thought about cross-platform streaming. I'm not sure if this would be a good idea for a channel this small, and also, you know, trying to get a foothold on Twitch is also very difficult, and their, you know, regulations are even stricter than YouTube is. So I'm not sure if I should move to Twitch or not. Twitch doesn't yield many views. Yeah, exactly. I mean, for the streams it would be kind of nice, because I could stream, you know, to my heart's content without having to worry about things like, I don't know, my videos getting the algorithm for my videos getting tanked, but it's currently alright, and I'm currently streaming. I'm not streaming too much, and you know, considering how my Kingdom Come live streams went, like, let's be honest, the quality really sucked. Kind of sad that I'm probably not going to pick them up anytime soon again, but you know, that's how it goes. You try some stuff out and see what sticks. So, for the next part on this Terminator, we actually want to get a lot more controlled kind of definition going on here, especially with the edges. So we're going to take a, you know, rather small brush, load it up with the paint we used previously, and do a little bit of edge highlighting. I'm trying to find a comfortable position for my hand here, and simultaneously a good focus. I think my lamp. Alright, this should be good. And now we just trace the edges like this. Funny how I immediately stopped talking because this isn't just some, you know, easy dry brushing. This is actually rather difficult. And I also can't mess up too much. That wouldn't be good. I'm gonna do it a little bit darker. Sorry that my face gets illuminated like I'm a member of the ethereal realm. But I gotta compromise. The concentration is intense. Yeah, I mean, I gotta multitask, you know, see to you guys having a good look, and, you know, me being able to steadily handle my brush. That sounded kind of lewd. So, like this. See, it's already kind of wavy here. That is not good. Unacceptable! It's getting hot in here. It is? Not sure. But yeah, it definitely looks like I'm sitting in some reactor core of an Emperor class battleship. Right. But what I wanted to say previously, want to know something funny about channels, you know, stealing each other's ideas and, you know, not giving anyone credit for it? When I started with the Cursed City, you know, my, what was it, 4th video? Or like 5th or something? I actually felt kinda bad because, you know, these videos were a lot like the videos that Midwinter Minis made. Probably heard of that channel. For his Blackstone Fortress. And I felt so bad about, you know, basically stealing his, or, you know, replicating his style of editing and everything, that I actually asked, like I wrote him an email and asked him personally if he would allow me to do a series like he did, and if he would be comfortable with me, you know, trying to replicate his editing style and narration style and stuff like that. And he actually answered. He said yes. Which was very nice. Guy from Midwinter Minis, before I, you know, continue to talk about this. When we, wanna paint this rectangle right here, we actually don't need to paint the whole thing, but just the right and left edge with, can you see it? With the lower rim. So that, the contrast is all bundled up on the lower part of the back, and the upper part, I don't know, a lot of words. In short, it just looks nice. It looks nicer. But yeah, Guy from Midwinter Mini definitely was a great inspiration for this channel. And also his success story kind of, was a beacon for me, realizing that you can actually, make it work and become a successful painting channel. I'd never be able to get that detail. Ah man, it just comes down to practice. If you have painted as many miniatures as I have done, or not even miniatures, I mean, you can also just practice on a piece of cardboard, trying to just make steady lines. Okay, how do I do this so you guys can see? I think I just saved that for later. Easy. That gets kind of tricky with the shadows. So that's definitely something I gotta, take care of for next time. Taking care of my atrocious lighting situation. It's actually way harder to talk and do this kind of stuff than it was the dry brushing. But yeah, for everybody joining the stream right now and wondering why I'm painting this kind of beaten up Terminator, this isn't my model. I haven't bought it and I haven't painted it. And this model is from eBay. If you want the whole story, just click on my latest video. I think I did quite a good job explaining everything. But this is a miniature from a guy that I wrote an email via eBay and asked him if I could paint his miniatures, rescue them for free before he sold them all away and eBay Miniature Rescues gets his greasy hands on them, throwing them in a paint stripping bath and then calling it a rescue. Pah! Bah humbug. Nah. I don't know why I'm actually not, that mad at eBay Miniature Rescues. Not really. At least not officially. Where am I going with this? Alright. If you want, know of a miniature on eBay, or have a miniature yourself that you think looks, kind of unsatisfying, or, haven't quite gotten done yet, and you think to yourself, ah man, should I sell this or should I give it another go, but you don't really have time or what? If you want, just contact me. My email is in the channel description, and you can attach a photo of said miniatures, and maybe, I'll rescue it for you and make a video about it. Roasting the hell out of you. And also, trying my very best to make the miniatures look exactly how you want it without removing the previous paint job. Because in my mind, that still is how a proper eBay rescue should be, and not the kind of baloney that another fellow creator on this platform does. I'm not even sure if my sentences are still coherent at this point, because I'm multitasking so hard right now. Could you dry brush all of the detail areas? I guess I could. You mean, I guess with detail areas you mean the, you know, edges and ridges of the armor? Because if that's the question, then yes, I'm pretty sure you could. Though I'm not going to do this time, because the look I'm going for, like with the darker parts, you know, on the lower pauldrons, like here for example, like with the light up top and the lower parts still looking brown and dark and everything. I'm not sure if you could achieve that just with dry brushing. I actually wanted to try out if you can paint a miniature just with dry brushing, you know? Like every fantasy player will know this, every fantasy and Tomb Kings player, that you could basically paint your entire army just with dry brushing. You know, one base coat and then just go to town with the bone colors. And that got me thinking if maybe you could do this with other painting schemes as well, on other miniatures. Even on, you know, like Guy did with his Eldar. And yeah, I wanted to do a challenge like this, what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago? No, 2 years ago already. Never got to it, because there are always other things that I got to take care of. Like this video, for example. This, you know, this whole Terminator thing was not planned. Ooh, my battery is going low. I see why people only paint their minis in one color now. Yeah, definitely. That's also why, you know, I always, when I do a video like, you know, an eBay rescue video, I always try to ask the previous owners if it's okay for me to, you know, roast them like Gordon Ramsay would roast his chef's dishes. Because I definitely know why people, you know, want to save time, or they're not that confident in their abilities, or don't have all the paints. You know, there are a million reasons for people to only, or, you know, to get a paint job like this one. But this time, you know, usually I also wouldn't judge a paint job like this so heavily if it weren't the fact that this Terminator is one of 54. And they all look like this. Like, the army value in and of itself was like 400 euros, and they couldn't believe that someone would only, you know, put this quote-unquote little effort into it. But yeah, I definitely get why people do this. And I do this too, but, you know, I ain't got no girlfriend, I ain't got no other hobbies besides this. I do this as a full-time job, so I have all the time in the world. So, switching up to face cam shortly, because I need to change the battery of my camera. Shit, and the battery is lodged in there. Hang on. I gotta pry it away with a sculpting tool. Come on. Any questions so far? Is everything alright? Can you see at least most things? Is the focus alright? Is the music alright? Anything I can do to improve your experience? So. Oh shit, did I? Oh yeah. Did I? Yeah, I did. So, and back we are. So one battery lasts for about 50 minutes. That's quite nice. 400 euros does seem a bit much. Yes. And again, you know, 400 euros just in Terminators, like only in Terminators, not just, only. A Terminator-only army that got painted in 5 minutes. That was too much for me, so I had to ask if I may rescue it. So now we are going to continue with the edge highlighting. And also, you know, trying to lighten up the upper areas a bit with a bit watered down version of this paint, and then it's all gonna look just amazing. At least I hope so. Kind of hard to see if everything's in focus. I hope everything's alright. Is this something you'd guys like to see more often? Like, you know, a casual painting stream with a little bit of rambling on the side and maybe asking some questions and, you know, maybe some concept streams or streams where I literally paint, you know, on canvas for university, for example. Totally, nice. That's great. I'm also, you know, because it is Wednesday evening and of course not that many people can come to this stream. And we're also not going to get this, you know, boy done in one session. Because I'm, you know, very slow because of how I need to present everything. I think I'm going to do another stream this weekend to get the rest of this man done. So this next part is going to be probably very much out of focus. I'm trying to get it to have somewhat of a compromise here. Because I need to finish up with the leg armor, and the leg armor is really hard to paint and present. That's also something that I've noticed. A lot of very talented miniature painters out there, you know, if you're scrolling through Instagram and social media in general, you know, people who get their miniatures to a golden demon kind of standard and everything. Every time I had a chat with them and asked them, you know, about a potential YouTube channel or something like that, they all said it was way too much work and they didn't want to do it. Which I can definitely understand. It takes, like, from my experience, it takes at least twice the time to paint a miniature and film it than it takes to, you know, just paint it for yourself and share the results or take some photos in between. And if you want to live stream and paint it, it apparently takes like 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4 times the time. Which is alright. I don't mind it. Thanks to everyone for checking in on me. Maybe paint along. Is anybody painting along? I mean, I've got 7 people watching right now. What are you guys doing with your Wednesday evening? Just chilling after work, or I don't know, washing the dishes? I also had a lot of people, you know, clocking in and washing the dishes while listening to, you know, me incoherently speak about stuff. What are you guys doing? Okay, did I get every rim already? Not every rim, but most of them. Very much acceptable. Right. As you can see, oh, nice. I mean, damn. Hell yeah. Not even an hour in, and the entire armor is basically finished. Of course, you know, a little bit rough. But, you know, we can clean this up later, and also will clean this up later. It already looks a lot more like the guy right here. Which I'm really glad that it actually works. Ezra says, I just came back from walking around in the middle of nowhere. Can't waste a sunny day in a crap grey town like this. I definitely fear you. In northern Germany, you also would try to get every ray of sunlight that you can. And I definitely, you know, there are some stories regarding the British weather. Right. So, what's the next thing we're gonna do? What would be the smartest thing regarding this miniature? What do you guys think? Any suggestions? I don't need to, you know, do this all paint by numbers. What's the next thing we should take care of? The Terminator cross, the Dark Angel marking. Does this guy have... Oh yeah, right, like these little ribbons down here. These ones. Hey, Hightower! Glad to have you back. I could go crazy and add regalia onto his armor. I guess, yeah, but it's still quite a bit early to do this. We definitely want to do this later, but right now it would be, although... So, the Terminator cross and the skull down here would get a white paint job, as well as the cross of his belt. The Aquila, of course, will get a green paint job. And the... I guess this is the Deathwing emblem, will get painted in red, as well as this thing, and there's a feather. You know, so, I mean, okay, the bolter would be quite early. You know what? I think it's time to paint the Terminator cross and the skull down here. And for this, we're going to need... What are we going to need? Green is quite a cool touch. Green is quite a cool touch. Yes, it's very nice. So the you know, every time I do this kind of rescues, I'm also, you know, trying to do my best in, you know, preserving the previous owner's paint job. Painting scheme, that is. Right. I think, if I remember correctly, we're going to start on the white parts with Administratum Grey. So let's check this bad boy up. I'm also already getting kind of a sore throat. But thankfully, I've got some tea prepared. I might also need to change my door. Sorry for the stall. So, I'm stalling you guys out quite much. Sorry for that. It shouldn't have taken me that long to decide. Not used to talking this much lately, eh? Man, I'm an art student with his only or main hobby being Warhammer painting. I don't get to see a lot of people. I'm mostly sitting in my room, painting away. Right, so the Terminator cross. Silver in this painting scheme, but white in the real painting scheme. And although I literally just said that I'd preserve the paint job as much as possible, a grey cross, a white cross, better said. This looks better. I am better. Touché, touché, says Hightower. Yeah. It's a peaceful life. Hightower likes to touché. You gotta fight that out between you two. Indeed, he does. Alright. Oops, sorry. So, grey cross. I painted 4 prototypes of these kind of Terminators, and I think the original color scheme would have this skull to be green as well as, you know, like the Aquila. But looks actually better if it is grey. I literally just talked about preserving the Prionas paint job. Shit. But, you know, remembering my Eisenhorn eBay rescue that I did, what, 1 year ago? You know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do to have a nice looking model in the end. And also the previous owner really doesn't mind what I do with his miniatures. Emperor Haita says, I don't like to use French if I can avoid it, but there isn't a good short word either in either German or English that conveys the same meaning. Touché. Oh, what about Dito? Does Dito work? I don't know. Right, we're done with the gray, and because that's still drying, I think we can take some... What did I use for the parchments again? This advert gave me PTSD. It works too, I guess. Oh, did you just have an advert? Like an advertisement during the stream? Damn. Right, what did I use for the part? What does Dito mean? Basically the same as Touché. Oh no. We need to paint the belt buckle as well. So it is kind of hard to spot. Hang on, I'm trying to focus on it. So he's got like a little belt buckle. Just right here. In form of an iron cross. And I think this also looks great in a white. Right. But now, I think I need Sandry Dust, really? For the... I mean, I guess, yeah. I guess so. I keep getting adverts, it's annoying. Damn, okay. Must be some... Right, now that I'm a YouTube partner, you guys getting adverts during the stream. Okay. I see if I can change this next time. Because, like, adverts in the VOD are one thing, adverts during the stream is like... Yeah, that's annoying. Light, please. Right. Zandri dust for the parchments, because the white skull and cross and whatnot are still drying. And this also will help a lot in cleaning up the model. Come on, focus. Hang on, I can do this up here, I think. So, as you can see, we have a lot of parchments that are done very dirty. And to work with them, we gotta clean them up first. Using some Zandri dust for the base coat. Oh, already done? Nah. There's still some parchments over here. Oh, a lot of parchments actually. No, we don't do that here. Change the chaos. Change and chaos can happen, but it also can happen in an orderly fashion. Azrael is not pleased with that. So... guess... the parchments are done as well? Did I miss something? No. I think having it down here is better for you guys. I think too up close and personal isn't that nice to watch. That reminds me, Jan, wasn't the second in command from the Chaos faction like that on the Drachenfest? You mean the change in Chaos can happen, but it has to happen in an orderly fashion. The second in command from the Chaos faction I don't know, the last guy I met, like the camp commander from the Chaos faction, was actually some kind of, you know, chaos, a mix of a chaos barbarian and a, you know, regular pirate. And I think he fits that description, yeah. The parchments are done, crosses are dried. Then the next step is to take some black wash. Damn it. Perfume sepia? No. Ashen gray? Oh. It's not nice. So. Null Noil. Oui, servitor. What? Even death I shall serve. Very good motto. 10 points to Gryffindor. Or to Prussia in this case. So, the Administratum Grey gets a healthy coat of black wash. And after that, we're going to be left with quite a predicament that can only be solved with a lot of muscle grease. And of course, you know, the skull as well. I'm already whispering. Welcome to Braingoff ASMR. Sorry. The skull. Right. Nice. You can even see the details now. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I forgot the belt buckle again. Right. So, to get the parchments to distinguish themselves from the already very bony looking armor of the Terminator himself, I actually am not going to use Allen Oil or a Greg's Earthshade on him, but instead Seraphim Zapier, which I once bought on accident or a few years ago because I wanted to have a Greg's Earthshade or Reichland Fleshshade, and apparently, you know, just picked up the wrong color when I went to the shelf. Oh, sorry. Better. So, this is going to give it a lot, you know, more orange / yellowy tint, which will help a lot in making it stand out. Can never tell if the focus is alright. Hightower says, oh, trust me, I will make you serve, alright? I don't know what it'll be you're serving, but you will serve something, alright? Azrael says, I hate Seraphim Zapier. This yellows up the ideal so much. What do you mean? What? You don't. Ah, the model. This yellows up the. Yes. Yes, it does. The stain is quite annoying, but if you know, if you have a special something in mind, especially, you know, for painting, you know, lizardmen or even salamanders for 40k, that can come in quite handy, actually. So, it definitely, you know, remember, right? You remember what I said? I bought this pot a few years ago, and I mean years, like, what, 5 years ago? And it's still, you know, full. I've used it like 3 times. Like, there aren't a lot of situations where you're actually going to use Seraphim Zapier. But every time you do use it, it comes in handy quite nicely. So, and now we are actually left with a lot of things that'll still have to dry. And because that is the case, I'll actually take a quick break, if you won't mind. So, this is the miniature, and I need a break. Damn, it's a lot more I mean, what are you going for anyways? A golden brassish look, right? Me? No. Like the things I just painted are the parchments, so you know, small regalia containing. I mean, you know exactly what I mean. But these parchments have the problem that if I paint them the usual way with like a Grux Earthshade or something, it's going to be, you know, too close to the look of the bone armor, and therefore won't distinguish itself enough from the look of, you know, the rest of the armor, and so, you know, mess up the whole contrast and everything, and it's just, you know, irritating to look at. So I'm using Seraphim Sapia to give the paper a, you know, distinguished look from the armor, you know, to just help navigate the eye. And yes, you know, but in and of itself, Seraphim Zapier also is great, you know, if you're trying to shade gold and brass, and, you know, don't try to dull it down too much. Lovely. Right. My camera is already done. I'm just hammering through my batteries right here. Your camera is dying. Thanks for keeping an eye out for it. But yeah, I noticed too. I'm just trying to think of something to do during the break. I mean... Hang on. This is how to keep the British watcher entertained. Just pour myself a cup of tea. It's light, I guess. Yeah, I mean... it's light out, I guess. Nah, we're not at that point yet. I still can keep going. Everything alright over there? I didn't hear the click of the sensor. That's quite concerning. Right, battery popped right out this time. Hang on. I still got 6 more. Or rather 4 more. So... Bingo! We're back in the game. Gotta keep it posh and eccentric with the tea. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh. Not gonna lie, the English and Frisians have a lot in common. Their language, bad weather, obsession with tea. Yeah, definitely. We should get along quite well. And, you know, speaking from every Brit that I've met, in East Frisia that is, they were always lovely people. Even know a little bit of German, which is nice. You know, always sweet. Best beverage in the world. So, with beer. I'm trying to think of something, right? To, you know, kind of give my batteries a chance to catch up. I actually want to do something interesting. Hang on. I want to do this, you know, No. Okay. I actually wanted to do this a few weeks ago already. I wanted to try yet another different form of content. Kind of, you know, like as if I was spectating eBay. And I found 2 things that I found really interesting and, you know, just wanted to show you guys. Hang on. Shoop-deep-doo. Ooh. Where's the other thing? Oh no, I deleted it. Okay, I've got one thing to show you guys, which is this one right here. Hang on. Put this one over there, this one over here, and then put this one over there. If you look at here, no. Need to transform this. Lip. Horizontal. Yes, right. Okay. Oh, Feinrick is also here. Nice. At the exact moment that I'm not, doing it anymore. So, catching up with the chat, hang on. I know it's tasteless, but it's good for situations like this where you get stressed. Oh yeah, definitely. Dude, turn your lights on or something. That lighting is scary. Yeah, if we get back to the regular stream, you'll understand. He deleted what? Oh, I deleted another eBay thing. Looks like he's going to tell us a ghost story. Yes, I am. I'm telling you the story of the Cyberpunk Alternative 2000 points pro-painted Maybach Games Tower Army for only 5,000 euros. So, this is an army I saw quite a while ago, and I'm not going to buy it. Like, no way in hell. This is like my entire net worth right there. But I just found the army so interesting. Like, the concept is sweet. You know, all the extra effects with the like muzzle flashes and rockets being launched. I really loved the whole aesthetic, and I would have went with the story of badly painted miniatures. Yeah, 5,000 euro losing, that would be a story. So, this is actually one of the, I think it's fair to say, rarer occasions on eBay where you find something that's actually so insanely, good that it's actually kind of hard to believe. And I just wanted to quickly showcase this army. Like, the paint job is pretty immaculate. And this isn't like the techniques are all layering and glazing, from what I can see. Like, maybe more layering than glazing, because hot damn is glazing, time consuming, especially with trying to make gradients with these different colors. But this is some real high tier shit right here. This is really, really well done. Like, even the lighting effects built in there. Hi Torrent, I see the chat approves. Yeah, these guys, like, look at this. This is like really an immaculate paint job. I think the Tau miniatures are also 3D printed, because these surely do not look like the regular Tau miniatures. But this is, I don't care if miniatures 3D printed or not. If it looks great, it looks great, and these look hella great. This is, I'm actually speechless. Like, I have this saved for, that's thousands of hours gone right there. Yeah. They're like, this is a proper paint job from a studio with a vision. And this is really like, this is just insane. I'm actually speechless. Like, look at this. What? Even the base design is, on point. And I love, like, all the 3D printed, muzzle flashes. And as I said, launched rockets. Ah, hi, Inquisitor. No, you didn't miss anything. I'm just taking a short break for, some paint to dry and batteries to reload and trying to, drink some tea. This is just a short break in between. I'm basically advertising on eBay. Stuff on eBay that I found. Like, look, there are even, like, little guys on the platform. Like, this is so cool. And, like, the clouds in and of itself, this lighting effect right here, this is really cool. Like, for any of my viewers who, just happens to have 5,000 euros lying around, this army can be yours. It's on eBay. Just look for a Cyberpunk pro-painted tower army and you'll get this. Jesus Christ. And this would actually be, somewhat of a fun project if I've got some, time on my hands again to try and replicate this paint job, but jeez. Oh, like, damn, even more lighting effects on the back. How long will it be up for sale? Well, it is 5,000 euros, and I think I saw it for the first time like a month ago, maybe even more, so you'll probably have enough time to get your hands on this. Like, damn. Look at these miniatures. Like, you know, a Games Workshop employee would probably get an aneurysm looking at these guys because they're 3D printed, God help us. But, yeah, the paint job. Well then, happy to get the notification right after splattering Nuln oil over my table. No! Oh man. Oh man, that sucks. Can we get an F in the chat for Inquisitor for, you know, experiencing every hobbyist's worst pain? Damn. You know what? I'm going to give you an F myself. Damn. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Well, here you are at the right place at the right time. If you know, now is a good time to spend 5,000 euros on a random army on eBay. I'm just joking around, of course. I've done that on my carpet. Yeah, me too. On the carpet with Castellan. What was it? Castellan green? I'm not sure. A contrast paint. So yeah, have fun getting that out of your carpet. But yeah, you know, I'm absolutely speechless. The aesthetic is immaculate. What is this? Is this like a raw paint job? Are these like stealth suits? If they are, damn. I did it with the purplish blue shade. Damn. That sucks. Paints and textiles in general, yeah. Like, I think all of my pairs of shoes and my coat have a little bit of paint splatters onto them that I will never be able to get rid of. Is stainless still there? Yeah, same. Same, man. Inquisitor says, it's okay. Actually, I have like 4 different colors on my floor anyway. It isn't the full experience without it. Yeah, I think every hobbyist has to go through this rite of passage to, you know, be a true hobbyist. Like, you haven't lived if you haven't spilled Nile oil at least once. We all can share the pain here. Yep, definitely. Sweet, sweet lord. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Like, damn, this is like some sort of troop transporter? How are they called? Piranhas? I'm not sure. But yeah, for the low price of 5,000 euros and 90, you can you can get this army, you know, for yourself. Isn't that nice? It's always either glue or paint, yeah. But again, 5,000 euros for this army, and it can be yours. And best of all, the postage is already, you know, taken care of. Don't need to pay extra for that. Just a small tangent on the side. I just want to show you this because I think this is one of the most insane paint jobs I've ever witnessed. And let's get back to painting ourselves. Oh, hang on. Forgot to activate my camera. Only professionals here. Right. Last sip of tea. And we're good to go. Super glue is a great way to tie your favorite mini really tight to you accidentally. Yeah, definitely. Like, from my own experience, I don't really like to use super glue because the best thing it sticks to is your own fingertips. And from my experience also, like, it's really prone to just breaking at a later point. So can I get some lighting here, please? It burns! What, the flashbang on my screen right now, or the super glue on your fingertips? Both answers are correct. Yeah. Oh god. Right. Back to the paint job. So, the Terminator cross, the skull, and the belt buckle are now, you know, painted gray with a shade of nile oil, everything dry. But to, you know, as you can see, the features of the cross itself are very hard to make out because the previous owner, you know, not the previous owner, but the previous painter used way too much paint here and clearly didn't help. So what we're going to have to do to get a result like this one right here on the right is we're going to have to take the smallest brush in our arsenal, which for me is this one. I'm not even sure if I can focus on this bad boy. Oh yeah. So this is the smallest tip that I own, you know, fingertip for scale. And with this, we are able to harness the full power of painting insanity. And for I gotta shake up some white scar. Scary lighting aside. So, moistening the brush, getting up some white on our tips, and I probably automatically will not be able to speak anymore because I gotta focus on this stuff. You don't actually need a tip this small, this fine, but because I gotta film it somehow and, you know, present it in a way that you guys can at least see something, I'm just using the smallest tip that I have so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. By the way, should I change up the music a bit? Because we've been listening to the same track for like an hour now. An hour and a half, damn. Insert Janek's small PP joke right here. Yeah. Oh damn, you can't even see it on the camera, damn. Gotta switch up my white game right here. I'm already using the brightest white in my arsenal. Why can't you guys? Ah, okay, now you can see. So, 1 wing of 4 done. It's stuff like this that really makes me, you know, feel excitement for some eBay rescues. You know, getting to revive all of these smaller parts of the paint, of the sculpt. As you guys can see here right now, he's welding something without proper gear. Yes, I am. It really looks like that, doesn't it, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna get the lighting fixed for the next stream. At least on the miniature side. I think it's probably going to be impossible to get a proper lighting for me. As, you know, I kinda need the sun in front of my eyes for my camera to pick up what I'm doing. So, as our background music, this is obviously sarcasm. He's going to get reported for not having the correct PPE. Yeah, that's some OSHA violations right here. What would be the German equivalent for OSHA? I guess just the Gewerkschaft. So, everything's still visible? Yeah, nice. I'm going to, you know, zoom in on this in a short while. But for now, you gotta stay strong. So. I should really put together a playlist for these kind of streams. Because, damn. listening to the same song all over again. I'm so sorry. I have a different song in petto just in case. So again, if you guys would like to switch it up a bit, the vibe won't be different, but at least the track will. Then just tell me. I'm happy to oblige your every request. But hence I can't see your forehead. I can't read it off of it. I heard the Germans are far more stricter with their work regulations. Yeah, kinda. But at the same time, you know, I've worked at a small, what's the word? Shipping company? Not shipping in terms of postage, but shipping in terms of ships, right? And we've been violating stuff all the time. Not like actual violations that could get us killed or something, but you know, when walking around at the outside of the deck, we would sometimes just conveniently forget our life vests. And when I say outside, I mean like basically in the rigging. Wow, look at this! Woohoo! Bro, Dynary, I've got like no disrespect to the people watching, but I've got like 5 people watching right now, and nobody knows where I've worked before, so that should be good. But wow, hey, look. This is quite nice, isn't it? I'm actually surprised how well it came out. Oh, another thing that I could do is just, you know, cut out the whole previous part in post. Are you getting paid for these adverts? I better, because like if you guys are getting annoyed, at least I gotta get something out of this, right? I'm going to check after the stream. I'm going to look into the analytics, and then I'm going to look if I can, you know, have them not put ads in the middle of the stream. I'm not sure if the chat is going to be visible in the VOD, because this time you know, Streamlabs didn't give me the, or rather YouTube Studios didn't give me the option to check the box for chat, you know, the chat being saved and repeated after the stream. That's also why I read out every single message I get, or most of them, to, you know, for the people just, you know, maybe listening to this or whatnot, so they can get an idea who said what. So, Skull also done. A lot of stuff I put down in the chat is going to be filtered out for being too spicy, says Astrael. I mean, yeah, probably. So, now comes the belt buckle, which you guys are probably not going to be able to see. Oh, okay, somewhat. Sorry. Right. But with that, the Terminator cross, the skull, and the belt buckle are all done. Let's go. Nice. The next thing we want to do... What's the next thing we want to do? I think the next logical step... I mean logical... would be the parchment. Like, not the parchment, but the wax skills of the parchment. And for this... we're going to use Corn Red. Why Corn Red and not Mephiston Red, you ask? Or Wordbearer's Red? Because this red is going to be the same that we're going to use on these like ribbons on his leg. And it has to be different from the, you know, emblem on his pauldron. I'm getting frustrated by watching a good paint job. Well, then welcome to the right channel. Nah. It's not meant to be frustrating, it's meant to be inspiring. Handled this message like a boss. I used this one on my Dark Angels. Oh yeah, corn red is a nice color. I think I've used this paint probably on every miniature but a corn one till now, so who knows. But I'm also frequently using, you know, high elven paints on regular mortal miniatures. I was actually thinking about making these wax seals, hence they haven't been painted. And I technically get a lot more free room, you know, free breathing room with this. I thought about making them green. But this actually didn't look as cool as I hoped. At least not with the green Aquila on their chest. And why am I talking as if I'm trying to impress somebody via voicemail? My voice is already getting worked up, I'm sorry. Astra says it worked nicely with Druky Violet. Yes. I think Corn Red and Cabalite Green, like also a Druky color, are some of the coolest colors in my arsenal. Together with Barak Var Burgundy. Or Barak Nar Burgundy? I'm not sure. Can I zoom in on this a little bit more? No? Too bad. I just love how you guys can't see my face, really, because of the way I need to light my desk. Wanna know a secret? Every time you see my face on camera in the videos, my lighting setup is rigged. It's fake. It's not true. That's not how I sit there behind the camera. I need to put the lighting further up than every time I make recordings of my face, I put the lighting up further up so my face is illuminated. If I would have the lighting where it is in the face cam during the regular painting video, it wouldn't illuminate the miniature enough. You look like the lion if he just woke up. Yeah, definitely. I also just had a shower before the stream, so that's probably why, you know, like. Gilliman did what? How could you lie to us like that? We trusted you, said Emperor Hightower. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know, other YouTubers just, you know, try to get away with literally crashing their plane into the mountains for some, you know, views and ad revenue. And my dirtiest crime is that my lighting rig isn't how I portrayed it was. I think I'm still doing quite well. So, the wax seal. Sorry, you didn't see any of that. Inquisitor says, sometimes you have to set priorities, and cameras are for beautiful things, like minis. Exactly. Blame Theinrich. Why is that? I mean, I'd like to blame him, but for what? So next thing we're going to paint up these ribbons right here. Ornamental ribbons. Here's a good focus, I guess. As you can see, you know, trying to film something that happens on the legs is just a miserable experience. Okay, nice. I guess that's already enough. We could already, you know, also take care of the eyes, but there's some other stuff that we gotta take care of first, and that could interfere with the eye lenses. So let's save that up for later. Another thing that we gotta do, since the wax seals are now drying, is the carapace under the armor, and you know, the exhaust ports as well, like these things right here, and you know, the exhaust ports, and these have to be painted with a dark gray, in this case ashen gray. Right. I feel like saying you feel like saying Heinrich every time you see his name. Yeah, I mean, better don't. Stick to Heinrich. Heinrich is the right way. If you believe it or not, Astrid, we blame Heinrich for almost everything. Yes. Remember the child we had, Hightower? Hightower and I had a child, and it died because of Heinrich negligence. Some deep lore right here for you guys. Why do you think I live alone? Why do you think I'm painting miniatures for a living? Try to cope with the loss of my child. We never know how... He could be a Zinj demon in disguise. I mean, bro, if he, it would make a lot of sense. I will miss our beloved Melody. Yeah, he was great. It's the best. The fact that this happened, like, what, 8 years ago, maybe longer, we're still blaming him on a regular basis. It's great. It's great. So, just some dark ashen gray into the exhaust ports right here. And also, of course, 2016, I think? Yeah, so 9 years. No, 7 years, yeah. I think 2016 is right. 8 years? Yep, 8 years. And we'll remember it for the rest of our lives. I remember as if it was just yesterday. Okay, this is kind of getting weird. We need to change the topic. Is anybody of you excited for the new Space Marine game coming out? Space Marine 2. Everything's still in focus, it's so hard to see sometimes. So, let's do this. Battery is doing a really good job, and I need to switch up my loading station as well. Hang on. Quickly doing this, and then getting over there. So there's some small parts of carapace visible down here. Well, Dark type was disappointing. Oh, it was? I mean, I didn't hear that much about Dark type, but, you know, from what I thought about it, it was basically like Vermintide, but for 40k. So, and I think a lot of people liked Vermintide. Did you play Dark Tide, Azrael? I didn't play it because, you know, it's basically with Vermintide with a reskin, and Vermintide to me was meh, so... Unless maybe some other YouTubers would like to play it with me. Or I could get like a big community event, I wouldn't bother. Just 1 second, I'll switch the batteries in the loading station. Ow. Astrid says, I don't know what to expect from Space Marine 2. Hopefully the game sticks up to its roots. Yeah, definitely. If you paint the mini live, how did you make the thumbnail? Well, this miniature right here is one of... First of all, very nice. You're the first one to question this. This is most of the time like the problem with my stream. Every time I try to paint something, I gotta usually take like a stock image from Google and use this as the thumbnail. But this time I was actually able to, you know, take a paint job of myself. And that's because this miniature right here is, you know, from the batch of the 50 Terminators that I'm already working on. And this one right here is a Terminator that I'm almost finished with. You know, like, this is a bit of a scam right here. But yeah, so this right one is already, you know, almost finished and already, you know, taking footage with. And this left one is one of the few, or like one of the around 20 Terminators that I haven't painted yet. So, you know, I had him just laying around and campaigning this. So that's how I got the thumbnail. Ezra says, no, I haven't played Dark Tide, but I've seen gameplay of it, like lots of gameplay. It looks really fun and graphically good. I heard they added loot boxes to Dark Tide. That's just the nail in the coffin for any game if you ask me. The finished one looks nice. Oh, thank you very much. But I mean, like, what do you mean with loot boxes for Dark Tide? I mean, there are loot boxes in Vermintide as well, but they're like, you know, easy. Very well. I want to friendly remind that time travel is a considered tech heresy. All right, you got me. Yeah, I did not time travel for this. The Inquisition may see the vid recordings from my chamber. I've been a behaved Imperial citizen. Also, what do you mean time travel is tech heresy? What about like any time in the warp you like at the risk of time traveling? The chronology of 40k is so wacky with all the time traveling that people are already questioning if it even is M41 or later, you know, or maybe earlier, because time is such a fickle thing in the 40k verse. So, but back to our mini. What is the next thing we should do? I think some highlights on the just previously painted gray parts would be nice. So, focus. The Inquisitor says, or maybe it'll get considered tech heresy. We aren't sure about that. I mean, that sounds like you've got some evidence about people time traveling on a whim. Like time traveling with intent. Bit hard to... I can't always show what I'm doing exactly because the angle of where, you know, my camera looks at the miniature and of course the angle where I look at the miniatures are different. So, you know, to get a good paint job I sometimes have to, you know, hold it like this so you can't see anything, which, you know, I'm sorry for. Emperor Haita says, didn't they had one encounter with a spaceship from the Dark Age of Technology once? Yes, and I would love to read more about that, but I'm not actually sure where, you know, how the story is exactly called. I'd love to read more about that, because I know the story, Lewitton told about it. But I don't have, like, the exact story. I'd love to read it, you know, in full. The Imperium would be a much cooler place without the Inquisition. Oh, Azrael. I'm not sure if you want to die on that hill, buddy. Also, it might actually be not that long since I'll paint another Inquisitor on this channel. Heinrich supplied me with a very nice miniature recently. And this might even pave the way for yet another form of content on this channel. Oh, I'm just such a creative boy with all my different forms of content. I'm sorry, I'm just, you know, trying different things out. And on the topic of trying different things out, now we want to take some Ushabti bone, I guess, and take care of the parchment again. Ezra says space hulks in general have some spaceships stuck in them from the Dark Age of technology. I mean, when we talk about the Dark Age of technology, aren't the, Arc Mechanicus also considered ships from the Dark Age of technology? Like, isn't it pretty much, known in the hobby that the Arc Mechanicus themselves might possibly contain, fully intact or at least somewhat intact STCs in them, but the Mechanicus just can't access them? Inquisitor says, but actually I think the goods of completely forbidding outweighs the goods of using it. Just like exterminators like weapons. The use of it may good in the moment, but it can let you lose the war. Okay, I guess you mean about the time travel again? Ezra says, I like the latex-clad Imperial assassins, I give him that. I mean, those aren't part of the Inquisition, are they? I mean, the Officio Assassinorum, aren't they like working on their own schedule? Only answering to the High Lords of Terror? Correct me if I'm wrong, but... Although, like many Imperial, Inquisitorial agents are also clad in leather. So I'll give you that one. The Inquisition is like a necessity that eventually uses its worth after the deed is done. But the deed is ever ongoing, Azrael. Heresy is lurking around every corner, you can't ever be too sure. Innocence proves nothing, Azrael. So... This is a very rough parchment I'm doing here. Thankfully it's just one of 54. It might actually only be 53 because I might have actually miscounted. Or he forgot, like the previous owner forgot to send me one miniature. I should have probably checked with him on that. So... Okay, oh, you guys can't see, sorry. So, the parchments themselves have already gotten like the Shepty Bone highlights and, they're kind of... what is it called? Knicke? Taken care of? Try if I can do is you guys watching. The Inquisitor says, and sorry, the restrictions of words completely destroy my grammar. Must be horrible to read it. No, it's alright. I think I think I get what you mean. I mean, oftentimes people also write me like fully comprehensible, paragraphs, and I'm just too dumb to realize what they're saying. So it's really no problem. Oh, shit. I didn't check the battery. Hang on. Embarrassing. Ooh. Looking grand, lights out. Yep. Where is it? I gotta pry it out again. Hang on. Might as well watch me struggle in full 480p. Fuck! Come on. This is not a bit, I'm actually struggling to get the battery out. Right, okay. So... And another one goes in. Right. Now you've upset this machine spirit. Yeah, I guess I did. But we're back online. You should do a stream in the early 2000s style or worse, the early 2000s style. That's brain Feinrich. Yep. That's good. Can't live with that. Right. Where were we? Right, parchments. Okay. So I guess you guys can see that. I hope you guys can see that. Again, I'll take care of the lighting shenanigans next time. I think I'll actually install the light that I have on the other table here. I hope that it worked with these lights right here, but I think the yellowish tint is somewhat annoying, isn't it? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess I think it would look a lot better if we just had, you know, neutral white light here. Right. So far, so good. Maybe we can even, you know, water it down a bit and then take care of this part of his armor right here. I think I've actually been too rough with him at this place. Yeah. No, a bit. Okay, that's a bit iffy. We'll see. Right, another thing we could do, now that the parchments are finished, basically, is this Aquila. And when the Aquila is done, we can take care of the bolter. I need Caliban Green, Lauren Forest, and Orok Flesh. Yes. So, Caliban Green first. This will be used to clean up the paint job as it already is. To get a 2010 style video, just lower your video resolution to 1080p. Yeah, I mean, I also should, you know, probably would have to lower my microphone quality. So, you guys see this? You guys seeing this? Focus, focus, focus. Focus, pocus, there's pizza on your focus. Yeah, you need a way worse audio quality, yeah. Right. My Caliban Green dried up. Damn, Azrael, it's just one tragedy after another with you. Like, every time. Like, man, that really sucks to hear. I'm sorry about that. My, what was it? I think Tau Light Ochre also is about to dry up. So, but I'm still, you know, able to probably mix some water in and restore it to its former glory. So, Aquila all cleaned up. I prefer a Warpstone Glow, though. Yeah. Warpstone Glow. Do I have this color? I think I gave this color to a friend of mine who had a Skaven army. So, the Aquila's all cleaned up. What do we do now? What do we do while the paint is drying? Honestly? Another break would be nice. I'm not really exhausted, but all this talking is messing with my voice. And I also think I should, you know, switch up the music a bit. Oh. Oh. I think you guys can... He gave me a message that in the next 30 seconds or so, you guys would get an advertisement. I just told him that he should skip that advertisement. Let me tell you if you get it or not. That actually would interest me a lot. Astra says, I was trying to go for a silver base and a green shade. I prefer to have a metallic green going with my Dark Angels. I mean, yeah, that definitely is a way of doing it. A pretty solid way as well. Please save us from the advertisement. I think I just did. Like, tell me if it worked. And if it really is that annoying, I really gotta look into, you know, fixing it. So I need a different music for my background. How about this? Nah, that's not good. That's what we just had. How about... Hang on. Gotta drink some tea first. So I think the advertisement should play around this time. And if you guys are not getting any, maybe shall have to look out more. How about this? Actually don't know this one this much. Yeah, why not? Let's try this one out. Right. I don't have any ads running right now. Nice. Gentlemen, we got him. So. Good old cup of tea, sire. Fancy bit of Maryland too, dear gentleman. No, Maryland? What's that? Is that some kind of pastry? I got some cake with me. All caked up on my stream. My mother gave this to me, haha. Before I left. Some self-baked cake. A biscuit or cookie dish, Maybe this should just be a running theme, like me drinking tea during a painting stream. And then just telling some stories regarding my life. And this soundtrack is actually quite nice. Bastard, I want some cake as well. Well. I wish I could send some to you, but I guess until it's there, it might already have gone bad. The posh painter. That sounds like a great April Fool's series. Only painting British wait, I'm already only painting British models. But like, only painting models of Her Majesty the Queen, or His Majesty the King, alright? As it's now the case. Brink of posh. I'm also thinking, I mean, I think the high point of this stream is already over. As sad as my sound. King Charles III, let's go! Don't even get me started on the royals. Yeah, since King Charles took over, there's a lot going on with them, isn't there? But, hang on. I'm trying to... Can I do... How did I do the poll last time? Ooh, poll. Start poll. Okay. Oh god. I completely messed that one up because caps lock was activated. Yes. Nay. Everyone thinks he put a hit on Princess Diana. Yeah. Even we in Germany think that. You would be stoked to have a king nicknamed Sausage Fingers. Right, also, new poll just dropped. Share your thoughts, share your thoughts. I'll have another cup of tea. People were throwing... Oh damn. Okay. Oh yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get too political here, but I think this small tangent is alright. But, let's get back to... Oh shit, I forgot to loop the soundtrack, hang on. Very professional again. So, I think this soundtrack is alright. It makes me, you know, fitting soundtrack for quarter before 11. So, the next thing we want to do is... yeah, what's the next thing we're gonna... Oh yeah, right. We were about to paint the Aquila, weren't we? So, the next paint we're gonna use is a Lauren Forest. Hang on, let me focus on that bad boy. Yeah. Another paint that's already quite dried up right now, but I'm managing. So. Right. Lovely consistency. And now what we now are gonna do is to hang on. I'm gonna fix my lighting again. To paint. I don't know if you can see it that well, but the Aquila also has like a lot of features that have been covered up by the previous paint job because of how thick the paint was applied. And that's something that we are not going to let slide. So, starting on the outmost corners, we just kind of want to drag the paint over the features. I actually can't see myself because the paint is reflecting that much. Astra says, I remember turning the Wood Elf's entire forest into an irradiated wasteland while playing Total War Warhammer 2. Good times, good times. Yeah. The Ikit Claw campaign is a lot of fun. Says I, who has never played it. But I've seen a lot of, you know, cool things about it. It's definitely cool to watch. Fun to watch. That's what faction? Empire? Wait, what? How did you do that? I thought you meant, you know, playing as Ikit Claw. You know, dropping some nukes. Also, I'm sorry that you can't see this part right now. You know, the other part of the wing. But... painter must do what a painter must do, I'm sorry. Right, can you guys see this? Maybe like this. The lighting is so bad, even I am having trouble seeing what I'm doing. Golden Order with Balthazar Geld as my commander. We get something better than nukes. Yeah, hell yeah. I've got an elder video of mine from a clip where I played with one of my friends and like Warhammer Fantasy 8th edition, and he got a direct hit with his Hellstorm rocket battery on my poor Lothern guard. So, after Lauren Forest, we now want to take Auroch Flash And I don't know if you can see it that well, but the wings of the Aquila are already, you know, a little bit better able to be made out. I think that was wrong English. But now we want to take an even lighter green to kind of just focus on the tips and give them a little bit more light. As well as the middle. Leaving some of the previous green untouched, of course. Yeah, a bit rough because I'm sitting so far away from it. Like usually I would really, you know, hunch over and do kind of like this, but that's of course a no-go today. So, Warhammer War Crimes Edition. Yeah, Total War Crimes. I mean, a game called Total War should have some war crimes built into it. Not gonna lie. I mean, I just heard today that in the old Rome Total War times, you could literally, you know, while besieging a settlement, there were literally civilians running around that you could kill, but like, you know, for no reason. So, yeah, they know. They know. I saw a mod for Total Warhammer 3 with someone playing as the German Empire. Yeah. I mean, why not, no? Alright. So, the Aquila itself is now done as well. Actually struggling to think of what to do next. I mean, we could do the bolter. We could also do some writing on the parchment, but that's something that you definitely are not going to see with the current lighting and, you know, the way that I am going to have to do this. So the feathers down there are also very annoying to show. I think the bolter is then. The storm bolter it is. For this we're going to take some regular acrylic paint. You're right, literally hobby acrylic. Because Abaddon Black is not that good of a color in my opinion. Not that good of a paint. And Negro Black from Army Painter also has a very glossy finish. So I'm usually reverting to this, you know, regular acrylic paint. And also, you know, it comes in this kind of little thing. So, taking the bigger brush this time, we want to, you know, take this silver bolter and paint it black for the most part, except for the upper casing. So, what I mean by this is that we want to paint the magazines black, the muzzles, the barrel, I mean. I thought I should have probably also drilled the barrels. Maybe I'll do this, you know, last, as the last step of this project, because I'm still not sure if I should do it or not. Because with 54 miniatures, there's a decent chance that I will mess up at least one of them, which would be a real shame. So that's the reason why I haven't done it yet. So, oh. This drama with Midwinter Minis? What's this all about then? There is drama with Midwinter Minis? Like, the only drama I know of, but that's kind of a personal issue of him, like, not a personal issue of him, like, specifically, but that he has kind of parted ways with Penny, which, you know, came as a real shock to me. Especially now that his, you know, that they have their twins, you know, born, and that he has a stable income, and not a bad one at that. Like, I can't imagine really. I mean, we never know what's happening behind the, you know, behind the stage, but that came to me as a real shock. I just saw a video on this channel page that says that on the thumbnail. Really? Hang on. Let's investigate. Let's investigate real quick. Oh, would you look at that? Bring about is streaming. Midwinter Minis. Big problem with historical war games. You mean this one? I see he made a video about that he doesn't like the historical war games because someone has to play Nazis, and other YouTubers got weirdly pissed about that. Honestly, ooh, should we watch Bring About's live stream? I don't know. I mean, Bring About are usually, you know, his live streams usually suck. I honestly don't like watching them, so I don't know. No, it was on a search page. On the search page. So, I mean, like, you could recommend something? Maybe put down the link so I can look it up. But, yeah, that's actually funny because you know, Feinrich is mentioning this. I also got pissed off at the video, you know, showing here. Like, the first page you clicked on. What do you mean? Like... Huh? Like this? Oh, the Midwinter Minis drama is terrible. Oh damn. Yeah, that's very interesting. I like this. I like that he gets shit for this video. I haven't seen it, but I also found it, like, incredibly irritating that he made this video about historical war games. Because, like, I mean, this sounds wrong, but I like playing the Nazis as a German. But, like, I don't see the problem with, like, this is just, like, I haven't seen the video, you know, but just judging by the thumbnail, I thought that was, like, a bogus thing to say, and that's why I didn't watch it. The Midwinter Minis drama is terrible. Oh no. They got mad trip. Yeah, they do. Honestly, they do. Nazis are bad, but playing as them shouldn't be a problem. Yes, yeah. I don't see, like, and I've never heard that this would be a problem for, like, people with historical war games. Like, I've never heard of a person playing historical war games saying, oh no, my friend wants to play the Americans, so I gotta play the bad guys. Oh no, boo-hoo me. I've never heard this. I heard, like, people, like, if anything, I've heard, like, the opposite. Hell yeah, man, I can field some panthers and tigers and whatnot. Like, I've never heard anyone complain about... Like, imagine if War Thunder would work like this. Like, oh no, I can't play a tiger on the field, so people will think I'm an actual racist in real life. Like, guys. A wild maggot crawled on my leg. Oh no. Exterminators! Damn, alright, I gotta look into this. Get myself some cloud, yeah, I wish I would have watched this video, because this seems like the kind of topic that I would usually comment on. Damn. Blundered an opportunity right there. But damn, alright. Alright, that's something to look into. Yeah, I get that, but I only saw one reaction video to his video, and that one was awful, really edgy and immature. Drama for the sake of drama. Yeah, that's like the thing. Like, this already seemed like drama for the sake of drama. And this also, like, this whole topic just gets blown out of proportion, honestly. Like, just judging by the judging by... Also, this fun is just great. I don't want to be the Nazi. Wrong! I love to be the Nazi. What are you doing? But, damn. Oh no, guy, why would you do this? Why comment on this video topic in the first place? Like, this whole video idea, like, just sounds stupid from the... Also, like, the big problem. What do you mean, big problem? Bruh. Yeah, this makes no sense at all. You got sponsored to do it? Really? Okay, I gotta look into this after the stream. Like, now I need to be up to speed. Bruh. What is this? Damn. Yeah, man, that sucks. Maybe watch the video first. Yeah, definitely. Of course. Of course, like, I'm going to watch his video and then the reactions, of course. But, again, you know, after the stream, because now I think it would be, like, weird to do it during the stream. Hightower says, the thing is what a lot of people doesn't seem to get is that one is not automatically a Nazi for playing their faction on a board game. Yeah, but again, I feel like this, like, everybody knows this. Like, everybody should know this. And this is why I didn't watch the Midwinter mini video in the first place. Because it is like, you know, I went to school. So for everybody who doesn't know, which is like probably most of my viewers, I went to school on a very strictly Christian school. Like, praying every morning and stuff like that. And I got shit from people and also teachers. Like, I wanted to make some advertisements for LARPing. LARPing on the Conquest and LARPing on the Drachenfest in Germany. You know, inviting people to my group. But teachers and also other students told me I couldn't do that. Because when you're LARPing, you're most likely, you know, playing a character who believes in a different god. And that's not okay. And I was like, but you're just playing a character. Like, when I play like a paladin from Dungeons and Dragons, of course I'm not really, you know, in real life praying to the Traveler or who. So, this seems like the same thing. It's just stupid. Imagine an actor getting shit because he plays in a World War II movie. Or getting praised for his, you know, action in a World War II movie. Yeah, exactly. Azrael says it with his emojis. He went to a Roman Catholic school. Damn. In Britain. I thought the most prevalent... I mean, again, I don't want to... Damn, this stream is really prone to just slide into politics, isn't it? But I thought the Anglican Church would be the church to go in Britain. My condolences, Azrael. Anyways, in terms of painting, we're done with the black on the bolter, and we'll now take some corn red again. Corn red? No, Mephiston red, sorry. Mephiston red. It's dedicated to Pope Nicholas or something. What, the Roman Catholics, the Roman... Again! How did that... What? I paid attention this time. Or did I? Oh god, I'm on my last battery. And the others aren't charging up fast enough. Jesus is watching. Apparently he is, and he doesn't approve. Right. Okay, now, let's get this done, shall we? The last things we gotta do is basically, you know, paint the cables right here. and paint this symbol and the bolter. And then the, apart from some details like the eye lenses and, some stuff here and there, the miniature should basically, or is basically for the most part, done. That being said, there's still a lot coming for this bolter right here. Like, you won't believe how meticulously I'm making these weapons. So, some Mephiston red for the bolter casing. Just thinking about the Midwinter minis stuff, like, damn. Why would he make this video in the first place? This is really just weird. Could you imagine if I did like a video, like, if you play the Imperium of Man, you're actually a fascist? Like, bruh. This isn't Twitter. The Scots really don't like the angles. The angles? I mean, I get why. Aren't they trying to... No, okay, you know what? I'm not going to ask this question because I don't want to get into politics all the time. This is supposed to be a fun stream. That being said, Birmingham is a real planet in the Warhammer 40k universe, did you know? Like, the planet of Birmingham is a real thing in the Warhammer 40k lore. Yep. Birmingham is a real planet. For real. I'm not sure what Google will tell you when you try to look it up, but I think it was like 2nd edition when they mentioned this. That Birmingham was a wretched planet of toxic waste and endless night, where the people live in misery, and something like that. I bet it's like a hive city with lots of gang violence. No, it's a whole planet, and the whole planet sucks ass, according to the Warhammer lore. Birmingham just straight up sucks. I can try to look up the article. I saved the article where I read about this first. So I'm gonna try to prepare this for the next stream to show to you guys. So just a carbon copy of Birmingham? Yeah, basically. Also, all my Dark Angel fans out there, did you know that The Rock is actually a gay bar near to Games Workshop headquarters? So yeah. Interesting, innit? Red casing done. Yeah, it's interesting what references GW used in their work. Also, we're not quite done with Mephiston Red, are we? I wanted to put it away, but we still need to paint the Dark Angel emblem right here. Hang on, trying to get a good angle on that bad boy. GW is just weird. I think I just missed the option where it gave where it could skip the ad for you guys. God damn it! Did you just get an ad? I think I just saw something just plop up on my second monitor there. Yes, god damn it. Right. Okay, I'm going to look into this because, as I said, you know, ads in the VODs are one thing. Ads in the stream is, I think it's normal for Twitch, but like for YouTube, it's not okay. Why did you use an ads block, Azrael? Didn't YouTube try to ban ad blockers? I don't know how successful they are. But didn't they try to do something in that regard? Don't you have to pay for an ad block? No, you don't. Most ad blockers are just, you know, if you just, you know, search up any ad block for, well, they did a bad job in then because my PC is ad free. Yeah, that's something that like Hightower said this as well. Like most people I asked have seen no difference. And I mean, how would YouTube do it, right? Like, how would they like disable any kind of plugins that you have on your PC for your browser? Because that's the only way I could think of how they could stop it. Link me a website. Are you sure you want to ask, you know, the chat in the stream? Adblock Plus extension for Google Chrome works for me. Yeah, just look up Adblock Plus on like Google. It'll link you to the right thing. So there is that. The red on the bolter casing is still drying, so I think the reasonable thing to do would be to take some. Where is it? There it is. Take some Balthazar gold and paint the shells for the bolter rounds that are showing through the gun casing. Okay, this is again something that you will probably not be able to see because the angle is just so bad. Maybe I should paint, you know, larger miniatures on stream. That would be easier to comment on as well. Thank you kindly, good sir. I can also recommend Return YouTube Dislike. Oh yeah, definitely. That one is a must-have. And Temper Monkey to bypass age restrictions. Oh, damn, really? I mean, every person commenting right here is, you know, has their own YouTube, you know, account, so probably they've already, you know, shown their ID. But yeah. Wow, a wholesome and helpful interaction in my chat. Very nice. Great job, guys. Great job. This is how the Imperium persists. So, now, on this bolter, we have some insignia, 2 swords, which are barely able to be seen from, you know, under the, again, thick coat of paint. And also the iron sights are something that I haven't painted yet, and that's because I want to paint them white. And, of course, just like before, we want to start with a gray base coat here to make the white really pop. These bolters take an extraordinarily long time, honestly. Like, damn. Either I'm way overdoing it here, or they just are really annoying to paint, because the miniatures themselves are done for like since like last week or longer, but I'm still sitting on their guns because they have so many steps to go through. I get kind of butthurt looking at the dislikes. Dislikes of what? The fact that you can't see them anymore, or what? Or did someone dislike your video? Because that would be just mean. You literally just, you know, showing off some miniatures. Wow, this looks really bad on camera. But that's because it also looks really bad in real life, so... really rushed it here. And now we gotta wait for this paint to dry, and then we gotta wait for, you know, a wash to dry that I'll put on there. We shouldn't have bullied the YouTube rewinds. Maybe we could have kept the rewind, the dislike button. I don't think so, man. I honestly think that the YouTube dislike removal, you know, was coming either way, because so many, you know, content creators, I'm quoting them because, you know, everybody who can't handle dislikes, in my opinion, shouldn't create content, really. I think they just got fed up with it, with the always complaining people. Seeing too many dislikes on particular videos just sucks. I don't know. Sometimes the dislikes are really weird. Yeah, I give you that. But for the most part, I think it's alright. Right. While we wait for the gray to dry, for the light gray to dry, I'm doing something that no miniature else has gone yet. And that's dark gray on these cables here. I don't actually know why I'm waiting so long with this, but... I mean, white could look also nice, I guess, but let's try out gray first. So. Just checking for the batteries. Shoop-deep-doo, shoop-deep-doo. 2.5 hours already. Dang. Yeah, per minute, sure. 2.5 hours times 54, and then you roughly know how long it took to paint these guys. You know, some of them, of course, didn't take as long. You know, the miniatures that I didn't have to film. But the ones that I did have to film took longer, so... I think 2.5 hours per miniature is... Nah, this is quite overstated. Maybe we should try to speed paint one, and then see how much time I need. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Also, 100% people said yes in my poll. That's interesting. I mean, yeah. Ooh, 3 people. Thank you very much for, you know, giving your opinion on this. Always great to see that at least the people, you know, who show up regularly to my streams wouldn't be opposed to some gaming streams. But I think I'm going to, you know, do another poll in the community section to just see what the rest of my subscribers think about this. But then again, you know, rest of my subscribers. I think the poll with the most interactions had like 40 people. Which is a lot, like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy about everyone, you know, just clicking on the poll. Because it really helps me out, you know, kind of testing the waters, what people might like. At the end of the day, I don't want to lose 100 subs for, you know, trying to do some different content. I was about to press nay, then I thought about what your poll was saying. What? What do you mean? Just wanted to press nay for shits and giggles? Right. Now that the grey is dry on the bolt gun, we're going to use some nuln oil to get some shading into there. I didn't read the poll correctly. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, happened to me too as well. Oh god, I now really need to pee. some shading on the bolt gun. Let's go. I don't know if I might have used Apothecary White on the bolt gun in the or the other Terminators, but if I did, I would be quite. It wouldn't add up, I think. Because if I did, that would mean I would have used Nuln Oil for the black parts and Karabor Crimson for the red parts, and that would be too much effort. Okay. Honestly, we've gotten quite far. I will see how much further I can take this miniature on stream, because I don't feel like ending it just now. But I do need to go have a wee. I need to go to the toilet shortly. I'll leave you here for a bit. Sorry about that. I'll be back in like 1 minute. But yeah, if you would leave now, have a nice evening. If you don't, then we'll see each other. Probably now. That was the wrong one. Use a bucket. No, I won't. Asra with the best ideas here. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I need to sneeze. So, back again. I'm actually surprised how far we've come. Like, damn, the Terminator himself has gotten way further. Oh no, the zoom got stuck. So, the Terminator himself got way further than I thought. Like, he's basically done. Of course, there are a lot of things that we still would need to do, like the eye lenses and, you know, some writing on the parchment and these ribbons a bit and these feathers. Actually, there's still, you know, quite a bit to be done, but it's all like, as we say in Germany, Kleinkram. So just some little stuff that's some leftover things. And the rest is, you know, done. Like, the armor is done. The Terminator crosses are done. Aquila, everything. Like, in and of itself, this Terminator looks already a lot more like his Yeah. Like, again, as I said, apart from like a few miscellaneous small stuff, this looks good. This looks solid. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. Either we rescue a different miniature next during the next stream, or I'ma just, I don't know, paint an entirely different mini. Right, so what to do, what to do. The wash still hasn't dried. Like, it's not that I feel tired, but I kind of feel like this is a good place to end it. Because, again, you know, the Terminator himself has done quite alright. He's basically as far as is done. Wait, did I actually paint the skulls green on everyone? Oh no! Fuck, I did! So this skull isn't supposed to be white, it's actually supposed to be green. Oh, great, you know what? That's something I'll fix right now. Can't even stick to my own painting scheme. Good thing I, you know. Also, for the people who don't know, I do some, you know, a bit of commission work via Etsy. You know, like if I paint a miniature and I think, wow, this went really great and the outcome is nice and I'd like to do it again, people can commission me on Etsy to do it for them. And I swear, every time I have to paint a miniature that I've already painted, I still gotta look up the, you know, way how I did it every time. Because I can't remember for the life of me how I did the painting scheme. I'm actually really glad that I'm, you know, making footage of all my miniatures that I do. Right, so now the skull needs to be revised. Okay. So my analytics tell me, and that's kind of always a bad thing to talk about, but there are currently 2 people watching, and if I'm not mistaken, these are either Azrael and Emperor Hightower, or one of the 2 with my, you know, with myself tagged along, because I have, you know, my iPad watching so I can see if the stream is running smoothly. Am I correct? Who's already there? Who's still there? Greetings! So, Hightower is still there. And I guess I'm a go-to. So I think Azrael has left. Am I right? Yeah, surely. Oh, Theinrich is there. Alright. So just the crew. Yeah, so I think this is a good place to... You don't count Heinrich. But yeah, as I said, I think this is a, you know, reasonable place to end the stream. We've gotten really far. Like, again, the miniature looks already a lot like the miniature. Like, this is the one that I had finished, like that was on the right side of the thumbnail today. And this is the miniature that was on the left side of the thumbnail today. And again, as I said, they look very much alike. Good job, good job. Good job, me. Lol. Yeah, but as I was saying for now the 3rd time in a row, I think this is a good time, you know, moment to end the stream. I had a lot of fun painting with you guys today, again. And I guess I'll see you again this weekend. I have a lot of miniatures that I can paint on stream, and a lot of miniatures that I've already planned to paint on stream, because I probably won't make any other content with them just now. So, I guess I'll see you this weekend. Thanks for tagging along. I'm glad this worked so well. And I'm glad that I'm finally able to do these kind of painting streams. Next week then with a, different lighting layout then. Emperor Hater says, thank you for the stream, have a nice one. You too, good sir. Good night everyone, and until we meet again.